Hello, may I please speak with Mrs. Tuncap?
This is she.
Hi, Mrs. Tuncap. My name is Troy Torres.
Oh,
My name is Troy Torres with Kandit News. I used to work in the government of Guam.
yes, I'm retiring.
Hi, Mrs. Tuncap. You know ma'am. You know this issue about Joe McDonald with
Yeah, I'm a retiree of the government of Guam.
Oh yes. I know you're also on the Civil Service Commission, right?
Yeah, and who are you?
My name is Troy Torres with Kandit News Group.
Oh, okay.
Uh, you,
Oh, you're the star of Calvo, huh? Good for you.
Thank you. You know, we're looking at this story about Joe McDonald from the port receiving
Oh,
documents.
yes. You want me to respond?
Yeah, well, I'm just wondering, ma'am, where did those documents come from? Because they didn't say what kind of documents they are or anything like that.
I know it's very vague, but the document is their document.
Whose
I'm just
documents?
returning the document to him.
Whose documents?
Commercial port.
Oh, they were from the seaport.
Yeah.
Okay, were they?
And I'm just returning it to him, but I guess he made something out of it. So
Oh, were they from Joe McDonald or from the previous attorney?
yes, well, he comes to mass in Maina, and I thought that would be a convenient time for give it to him instead of going to the port and wasting my gas.
I see. Did they originally come from Joe McDonald or from Mike Phillips?
Oh gosh, I wouldn't know. When I received the packet, there's no author of the material.
It was the packet dropped to you?
I don't remember that part.
Oh, okay. How long ago was it that the packet was dropped to you?
Oh, maybe about 7, 8 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for clearing that up. That really does help to clear things up.
I'm just so surprised that the council has to go to the media and report.
Yeah, well, I guess what's his name? Eric Miller is doing his whatever look into it, and so hopefully it gets all cleared up then very soon.
Oh, so you still want to pursue other matters with regard to the subject matter?
No, I was just curious what the documents were and where they came from. And so you were saying that these are actually the Seaport's own documents from 7 to 8 years
that's
ago.
very true. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Mrs. Tuncap. Thank you so much.
Keep on trucking with what you're doing. It's a good thing for the people of Guam.
Thank you, Mrs. Tuncap. Merry
Okay,
Christmas.
adios.
Adios.
Oh, yes.
Hi, Mrs. Tuncap. You know, I beg your indulgence. May I ask a couple more questions?
Of course.
Okay. You know, the
Excuse me, Mr. Torres.
yes,
Are you
ma'am.
working for the government now?
No, I'm not.
Or just a concerned citizen?
Well, Kandit News Group is the company I'm
Okay.
with. Yeah. So,
That's
ma'am,
for the question.
um, I'm wondering, when was the last time you had any conversations with either Attorney Mike Phillips or Dan Tidinko or Joanne Brown?
I never have.
Never
I
have.
never did.
Okay.
Even during the hearing, we never talked. Of course, we have a session and we discuss the business at hand.
During
Or
the
case
during the
at hand,
session,
but other than that, I never meet with Phillips or Joanne Brown for that matter.
or Dan Tidinko. Okay.
Yeah.
And if so, these are just port documents that came from the seaport 7 to 8 years ago. I understand that according to media reports that you tried to introduce them at Francine Rocio's hearing, but the other board members didn't allow it. Why
No,
did?
what it is that the chairman refused to recognize me according to section 1700 of the personal rules and regulations.
Okay.
And I don't know whether you're familiar with the section 17
No, I'm not.
under. Okay.
Okay.
This is coming from the rules and regulations of the Department of Administration, including the port.
Okay.
It says here, nothing in these rules and regulations is intended to limit or deprive the Civil Service Commission of jurisdiction or authority vested in the Organic Act of the Laws of Guam.
Okay.
That's what Section 17 implies.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
word for word, that's what it is.
Okay.
And during the hearing, I made a motion to address the body to follow the instruction of the court by addressing the merit of the case. But the chairman refused to allow me to speak, depriving me of Section 17. The documents that I gave the port counsel is their own documents.
Okay.
Since I have no use for the only course, since I have no use for it is the only course or resolution was to return to the port. I mean, the report to the port who conceived the documents in the first place. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's my whole story of the roadshow.
I see. I see. Okay, so then, what were in the documents? Do you remember?
Excuse me, report that again?
What were in the documents? What was in the packet? What kind of documents were they?
Oh, things as how they run the commercial port because roadshow is HR.
Yes.
The port. Mr. Torres,
Yes, ma'am.
I hope that you're not gonna run me under the bus with this information.
No. I'm just trying to understand this better, and to understand where this is coming from. Seeing as how Mr. McDonald and Mr. Miller are making a big deal out of it. You know what I'm saying?
Miller?
Yeah, because in those correspondence between Mr. McDonald and Mr. Miller, it sounds like it's a big thing. Like whatever is happening.
Oh yeah, that's between them.
Yeah. Well, are you the only board member that was in possession of these documents, or do the other board members have these documents?
I don't know, but I do know the commissioner should have them.
The commissioner
But I
should.
don't know whether, in fact, they do have them.
Okay. Did you try to give the documents to the CSC executive director instead of the Port Legal Counsel?
No, I don't go that far.
Oh, okay. Why wouldn't you give it to the CSC executive director? Is that, yeah. What would the reason be for not going to the CSC executive director?
Oh, because he doesn't want to entertain the motion by virtue of the 1700 rules and regulations.
I see. Okay, so that was the executive director. Just
Yeah, no, that's the chairman of the board. Because
Okay.
I brought this up during our session, during addressing the case, but he refused to acknowledge me by not having me say anything about the merit, because the instruction from the court said that we have to address the merit of the case.
yes.
But
And so you wanted these documents because these documents would pertain to the merits of the case then.
infractions of alleged infractions of management against the employees.
I
But
see.
see, we didn't get that far. That's the problem. It's just like it's just dropped.
Okay.
And so by that, I figured they don't want to do it or discuss it further, so I'm returning the document that I got to the counsel of the port.
I see. And okay. It's beginning
But
to
I
make.
don't want to keep that here because there's no use for it. It does make trash in my house, and I don't want that.
It sounds like it was a lot. Like okay, so these documents and these were from 7 to 8 years ago from the port's legal counsel at the time, right? Mr. Phillips, when he presented these documents to the board 7 to 8 years ago, now you want
He didn't present it to the board. He presented it to the executive director at that time,
these documents,
which was Luis Basa. He's the executive director at that time.
and he's
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Lamorena was.
and Lamorena is no longer the executive director, right?
That's right.
Okay. So Mr. Phillips presented these documents to Mr. Lamorena 7 to 8 years ago, and then that's how it that you've had that packet ever since. Now, Joe McDonald, the current legal counsel, is saying that when you gave him the documents at after Mass in Maina, he's saying that you told him you can't let them get away with this.
I guess that's a figure of speech.
Oh, okay. What did you mean by that then? Is that like the
No, it's just that I read part of the case,
okay?
and that's not, when I said that, that's not conclusive.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, Mrs. Tuncap, thank you for your time. I appreciate it, and you can trust us to be.
And if you must throw me in the bus, let me know first.
Okay, Mrs. Tuncap. Well, you know what
Because, women have taken over the island of Guam, and women are very sensitive and sometimes irresponsible. But don't call me on that.
You have a good day, Mrs. Tuncap. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.